Hi guys! The video that I'm doing today is going to be about kombucha. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's getting very popular now. It is a fermented tea product and you need a starter, scoby, which is I can't remember what it stands for, scoby, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. There you go, I did it. It's kind of gross looking, but it's good. It's very good for your gut health, a lot of good bacteria and probiotics in it. So, it's very easy to do. If I can do it, anybody can do it, trust me. I'm very neglectful in things that don't make noise. If it's a plant or kombucha, I'm good at ignoring it because other things grab my attention. So if I can be successful at it and I don't keep up on it, then you can too. It's storming out and acorns are just continuing to fall in my house. So if you hear that, that's what that is. That's acorns. We have thousands and thousands of acorns. So to get started with kombucha, you want a glass container. And sorry about the autofocus, guys. I'm still learning how to make good videos. I tried to flip my camera around, but my holder doesn't hold very well because it touches the screen and all sorts of issues. So I apologize in advance. Hopefully I'll figure something out soon. So yeah, this, I think I just got it at Target. It's a glass, I think it's larger than a gallon container, and it's got a little spigot spout, which I recommend because you can just pour the kombucha out when it's done brewing. So you need a glass container. You don't want plastic, you don't want metal with kombucha because it can affect the scoby. So glass. You'll need a starter scoby from somebody. You can buy freeze-dried ones online. If you're part of, I know there's Facebook groups, like if you're part of a natural Facebook group, you can find a scoby. I think you can even find them on Craigslist. So they're really easy. If you know me and you want one, I'll give you one. I have a lot. So I've given quite a few away already. So, yeah, just ask. And it's kind of far away, but like I said, I'm still figuring out the video thing. So yeah, this is my first scoby, my oldest. You'll get a piece of the starter scoby and you'll put it in, and you need 2 cups of starter kombucha with that to start it. So then I'm going backwards here. So this is a done batch. Let me go over what I do with this first. So it's got the spout. I save glass jars and old kombucha containers for times like this. There we go. So yeah, then I just stick it on the spigot and open it up and bombs away. And you just fill it up. What's cool about this is you can flavor it however you want once it's done. I like to get I get a lot of freeze-dried fruit and dried fruit. And that's the easiest way for me to do it. You can also brew some tea and make it really strong and concentrated and add that to it. That can flavor it. A little difficult to do one-handed. So there, I've got one. And then I save these single serving ones, which are like $4 a pop. If you make it yourself, it's so much more cost effective. And you have control over the ingredients, how it's made, you know, all that. So and if you don't have old kombuchas, jars, a glass jar works just fine. Or I use smaller ones too. In previous batches, I've used smaller jars. And that's nice because they're single servings. You can just bring it with you. Now I'm just tipping it because we're down to the bottom here, and the old scoby is blocking the way for the booch to come out. Almost had an accident. Alright. So I'm going to show you a close-up on the scoby now. Okay, so these are my scobies. So, as you can see here, you can see it's kind of layers because each time you start a new batch, a new scoby will form. That's the babies. So, these are the ones you can give away. These spots are normal. And this stuff on the bottom, I believe it's called the beard. My mother-in-law calls it snot, which I think is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it the snot too, but it makes it a little disgusting. This is a baby scoby this is a batch I did last time, and I guess that's how you know it's good, because there's good bacteria in it and it'll start a new scoby. So I know some people eat these, cut them up and eat them. I don't have the stomach for that. But sometimes I can close my eyes and swallow these suckers, so it's completely up to you. Like I said, you can give these away. You can start a second batch, try with different kind of tea, or if you drink it a lot and you just want multiple batches going, you can use that to start a new batch. I have chickens and they love to eat scobies, so that's what I do when I want to get rid of them if I feel they're getting old. My best friend Stephanie, hey girl, hey, I gave her a scoby and she started it. She named hers Shaniqua, that's it. And she's had it for a while now, and it started to get darker, and she asked, is it still okay? Because when I first gave it to her, it looked like this. Now I'm sure it's darker like this, but it's totally fine. I looked up online, it's normal, it just means they're mature and older, as long as there's no mold on the top. So you can see I started this way back in May, and it's now August. So like I said, I don't like to neglect, but I do neglect. So anyways, those little specks are not mold, and the dark spot over here is not mold either. It's just a darker, thinner spot. So I have only ever had mold issues once, and I've been doing this a long time, so it's very uncommon. If you use a towel like this and a rubber band, it keeps little fruit flies or any outside things to get in and cause... Ooh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Here's my cute puppy. He's being such a good boy, but now he's scared of the thunder. It's okay. So yeah, it's really easy. If I can do it, you can do it. So, yeah, as long as there's no mold, it's okay. It looks weird. Looks like an alien thing. Kind of gross to touch. If you want to take it out and give one away. I'm just going to leave all these in here because, I'll just wait and see if anybody wants one. They look good and healthy, so I'll leave them. I am going to I've got dried cherries, nothing else in it. You want like real pure, just strawberries, just apricots. I've got peaches and I've got pears. So it's just really up to you. You can add straight up lemon juice, lemon rinds. You cut up organic lemon rinds. That is the bomb digs. And green tea. That has been my favorite kombucha. So I'm going to brew some green tea and add lemon rinds to quite a few of those, and then the rest I'll just do that. This is something fun for kids to do. They can help you figure out different flavor combinations to add to your kombucha. So that has been fun for my daughter, and then I just label it with what it is on the outside, or you don't need to. It's completely up to you. So that is super easy. So now I'm starting a new batch. So I have my old scobies. I have about 2 cups. It's probably more than 2 cups of old kombucha or brewed kombucha. And then I keep the directions inside my cupboard so I don't have to look it up every time. The ratio I use is 16 cups water, and you want filtered water without chlorine or fluoride or any of that junk that they put in the water sometimes. I have well water, so I filter it twice. So 16 cups water, 1 cup sugar, and I prefer to use non-GMO sugar. It's completely up to you. And I know I talk about staying away from sugar, but the SCOBY eats the sugar. And so once you're drinking the tea when it's done brewing, there's hardly any sugar left. So that's good. And then you use 8 tea bags, and you can use white tea, green tea, or black tea. And you want to use tea that is not flavored with anything extra. It's just plain green, plain black, plain white. Afterwards you can flavor it, because that messes with the mojo of the SCOBY. And then, like I said, 2 cups brewed and 1 SCOBY. So that's the recipe I go by. I heated up my water already, and I added my tea bags, and then I added my cup of water, or my cup of sugar. And now you just let it cool. You don't want to add it to the SCOBYs hot, because that hurts them. They are living things. And you can talk to them and whatnot. When we first started, me and my daughter were talking to the SCOBY and that we love you and we can't wait to drink you. It's a little weird, but they do appreciate kind words. So don't we all? So anyways, so then you just make sure that the sugar is dissolved. And I have my handy dandy thermometer that my brother gave me, a digital thermometer. So I'm just going to stick that in and see where we're at. 108, 9, 10. So it's still kind of hot. So I'm just going to give this another little while to cool off. And hi, sweetie. And then I'm going to add it to here. And you put the dish towel back on and the rubber band, and you let it sit for 2 weeks. To 4 weeks to 3 months, like I did. So after 2 weeks, a lot of people like to taste it. If it's still very sweet, that means the SCOBY still needs to eat more sugar, so you let it sit longer. I'd say 3 weeks is probably a good start time for new brewers. You want to probably take it out at 3 weeks and bottle it. And if you let it sit on the counter with the lid real tight, it will build up carbonation, and then it will be kind of soda-ish, that's not a word, but I'm going to use it. So it'll be more bubbly. I've had trouble getting it to be real bubbly, but this one I brought camping with us, and then it sat in the cooler for a day after we got home. So that really made it bubbly, and it's fine. If you forget it out, it's totally fine. It smells a little tart, a little pungent, stings the nostrils a bit. Not really, it's not that bad, but if you're new to it, it might be very strong to you. So that's why I say probably about 3 weeks, and then you can let it go a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm gonna let this sit and then add it, put the top on, set it and forget it. Don't forget it like me. I put a reminder in my phone, I will now, I'll say, remind me in, I like it to go a little bit longer. I don't mind the tart taste of it. So I'll say, remind me in 4 weeks to check my kombucha. And then I'll do this all over again. So I'm going to set that aside. And I don't have organic lemons. I really like to use the rind of organic lemons only. So I'll probably just squeeze some lemon juice straight up in here. And like I said, I'll brew some green tea and make it really concentrated and mix it among these. But ginger, fresh ginger is a really good flavor too. Oh, I just broke the seal. So yeah, you just pop them in and it just soaks up the flavor. So this will be strawberry. Ooh, maybe I'll add lemon to this, so strawberry lemon lemonade. And then once it's in, you give it a little shake, and it just absorbs the flavor. It's pretty neat, so. It's pretty neat. That's neat. So yeah, it's really simple. Like I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Got to use these up since I broke the seal. So I'll probably have a lot of strawberry flavored ones. But yeah, you can look up online. There's so many different ideas for flavoring your kombucha. Like I said, lemon green tea is my absolute favorite. But I do apricot, I do pear flavored, I do peach flavored, strawberry, cherry, all sorts of different kinds. So that's basically it. It's super easy, and like I said, you can forget it and it'll still be fine. If it's very, very strong, like I've forgotten it longer than 3 months before, I'll just add water to it, and that kind of mellows it out a little bit, and it's not quite as strong and pungent. Sometimes I'll add stevia if it's really sour and I've let it go a really long time. So you can really do whatever you want, but you want to use plain tea, you want to use sugar. You can't do it with honey or maple syrup or anything else like that. So tons of information online, you can look it up, but that's how I do it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions. I'll answer them as I can. Thanks, guys.